Welcome back, everyone! It is a new dawn and a new day for us all. For update 4 is finally here, and I must say I'm absolutely stoked. The only problem is we can't do any fancy camera work because none of the mods are working at the moment. But first, the big thing that we need to do is sort out power, because once again we have some red lights, and this time they're actually luminous. Because we have lights in the game. But if we're going to be using lights, we're going to need to be sorting out our power problem. And that means we're also going to be looking at something that we've unlocked in tier 4 from the get-go under Logistics Mark III. Yes, we now have power storage. And hopefully we can store enough surplus to protect us when we have outages like this. And then the next thing that I want to do is try and find out if we can unlock the lights early. So before we get over to that power station, let's check in the awesome shop and see if we can unlock something with our little coupon. Yes, we have one Fix-It coupon. It's like Willy Wonka's golden ticket. We're in the shop, and I know for one that the main thing that has changed, I think there's a new cup. A gold one. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. In fact, I have, because we unlocked it in yesterday's live stream. But for some reason, it's not here. I wonder why. Is there anything else other than lights? Speaking of which, 3, 2, 5, 1! We can! This is what I'm using my golden ticket for. We're gonna be playing around with this. Oh, we haven't unlocked quartz crystal yet. It's fine, we'll worry about that later. And we're making our way back up to our power plant. And this has changed! How? Oh! This really has changed. There were hogs here. What have they done? This could be a problem. Yeah, thanks, Coffee Stain. The impossible barrier to get at those little coal power plants behind all of this. What I'm gonna have to do, I think, actually, is build a little, I don't think I'll make it through. Will we make it? We're okay. It's like a minefield, isn't it? We might be able to get to that point. I don't know if I trust myself. Ah, no! No, the game paused. I just took damage. Okay, yes, we will. Oh, hang on. Oh, I thought I was gonna cheese it then. It looks like we're gonna be building a little ramp up this way. I don't even know what happened. I didn't move, I just died. Oh dear. And I'm back. And I do have my death crate. Apparently if we stand like just here, it takes a little while, but then it's suddenly, just wait for it. If we stand just here and wait for it. Ready? I think this is just bugs. If we stand over here and just wait for it, there you go, we start taking damage. But we're now in a position where we can just build our little ramp all the way to the top. We're back at the wonderful coal plants, and the problem that we have here is that we didn't manage to connect these up last week. We managed to where's my nut gone? Nut? No nut, nut. Okay, enough fun. Last week, we didn't manage to connect these up with the coal or get any water going to them. So we're going to do that really quickly, and then we're gonna play with some batteries. The first thing that I'm gonna need to do here is disconnect this, which is going to mean that this is all on its own kind of network, because these, 5, 6 coal plants are the only ones running. Everything else has run out. Oh wait, maybe not. Oh, they're all, okay, they're all rendering the smoke now. Anyway, the point is that this has now been disconnected from our main base, which means we can then eventually put like a break here, although we have one back at the base. But what we want to do is put all of this on its own separate network, so we do not need to worry about this at all. But first of all, let's sort this out. Ooh, well that's new, I quite like that. Now this could take a little while, so we're going to be doing a time lapse once again very quickly. Okay, so I didn't do a time lapse in the end because it was just going to be a bit finicky, but I found out some pretty cool things. Firstly, I can now place these, although it's not the cleanest, I must admit. I can put these straight through glass, which is great. We never had that before. This is acceptable clipping in my eyes. The other thing, if you select a given item from a specific category, you can now press E. And from there, we get this build dial, which is fantastic for building stuff, especially seeing as next we need to build some of these. Oh, we could have them along here. That might look quite cool. But before we do all of that, we need to turn this on. And what I've done, seeing as we have 6 coal generators here, I'm just going to overclock this to 300 water. That's 250% overclock, so that we don't really need to worry about load balancing. Would you look at that? The power is running. Yes, it is just the 2 smaller sections. We haven't got this one up and running yet. But there's one reason and one reason alone for that. It is Slug Slurpee time. So we already have 4 volunteers in chat. In fact, we have quite a few. I need to remember everyone. So here we go, guys. This is Devoras, Benji, Joel, and Saracen Moore. Thank you for your service. Right, we're gonna grab these and get this running at 300 cubic meters per minute. So we need 3 there. And Devoras, for now, you'll stick with me. We'll keep you on us in case we ever need you. And there we have it. Our coal plants are all running and connected to the grid. Fantastic. That means we can get started on all the update 4 stuff. And we'll probably go on a little longer today, I think, because there's so much I want to play around with. One thing I will mention is that because we don't have mods, it's going to be different night and day times all the time. I'm going to try and record only during the day, but unfortunately there's not much I can do with it sometimes. But guys, look at this beautiful morning. Let's return to the main factory. I know, I said I was going to fix the power problem. Well, I decided to come back to the base and sort some stuff out. I realized the problem is, because we've been using a lot of resources, everything's turning on all at once. So I thought maybe we could scale it up slowly and then we can avoid this and then work on actually sorting out the power for the whole factory. So lots to do. Let's have a peruse and see what we can find. So I've run across my base and along this line and disconnected anything that was connected to this main line that we don't need. I've got a few things. I've got the awesome sinks running there, and we'll also have some iron being produced this side and some concrete and copper. And there may even be some rotors, but we've turned off the reinforced plates. We've turned off the modular frames and some of the iron over there. So fingers crossed when I do this. Would you look at that? And once everything is filled up, we will then scale it up once again. And so with everything disconnected, we can see this is the new max consumption line. It's a new change to the user interface for power. With it disconnected, we can see this is our max consumption for our whole factory, or at least connected to this network. So eventually we will need to lift this up. We have a problem with capacity. It's slowly dropping down, and I wonder if that's because it's not 100% efficient the way we've plotted it. So I might have to look at that later. We've made it to the other side of the factory where we have our space that we designated for power storage. We're going to do, for now, I think 6 of these all in a line. It's going to be nice and easy, and then we'll connect them up. And the reason why we've done them here is because this is the entrance point for all power in our factory, or at least for this part of the factory. So immediately we can disconnect the rest of the factory that we're not using along this main line, and we'll have all of our excess storage in one area. Guess we ought to build a few more of these and get them connected. Look at that! It's beautiful. They're all charging. If we check on our power pole as well, we can see that they're all charging. It's going to take us an hour. Well, we now have the quick wire being brought down from up there, which means we now need to smelt it. I can't actually remember how much we were producing on the line. I think it's 360, so we're going to be throttled by the belt. But the first thing that I want to do is build smelters all along here. So it's the perfect time for one of those magical little... Before we get started, let's get a hard drive in there. It's the perfect moment to be running some smelters and having one of our lovely time lapses. Firstly, it's occurred to me that we have far too many of these on here. I thought we'd have 10, but that's 450. So I'm going to have to remove maybe 3 or 4 of them. We got a fair bit done today. The power plant is sorted. We also got the power storage and the Caterium factory sorted out. And sure, we've got a long way to go, but I've got to say these shots really do speak for themselves and the factory is looking sweet. And obviously guys, if you're enjoying the series, please do drop a thumbs up. And if you're in the premiere, why not join us on Twitch now for the next part? So, I may have done a thing. But for that, we'll have to wait for next week. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and a huge thanks goes to all of our supporters, most notably our Solar Eclipse patrons, The Calamity, Cerebral Tag, JP Zone TV, and Trebor, as well as our Lunar Eclipse patrons, Matt Lippard, Chris McCabe, and Lord of July, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which is Kareev Johnny. Anyway, guys, ciao for now.